Fuck. Welcome, Sage. Please tell me you took the time to tune in to at least some of the Blue Jays game. Yes or no? I would like to hear your response there. Please tell me you watched a little bit or were at least following the game a little bit. Sage says, I will be lying if I said that I did. Okay. Sage, we need you to become a bit more dedicated of a fan, okay? We need you to start tuning into the games and being able to provide us with analysis, okay? Up your game a little bit. I know you're not a big fan of baseball, but I cover a little bit of the NHL, so please respectfully do your fucking job, okay? All right, well, let's get to it. Sage is correct in saying that he knows that the Blue Jays won. It was a great team effort today, honestly. Trey Savage started out extremely hot in his first 2 innings. I think he had, 4 strikeouts in 2 innings to start the game. He got into trouble in both the 3rd and the 4th innings with the bases loaded, 1 out each of those innings, and we managed to get a double play 2 times in a row, and believe it or not, that is the first time ever in postseason history that there's been 2 double plays in back-to-back innings. Kind of crazy to think about it because baseball's been around for God knows how long. Also, I guess Trey Savage is the only rookie pitcher, I believe, to ever start a elimination game. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what they were saying on the broadcast tonight. But I mean, for the most part, I think the big thing with Savage is his command at times does sometimes let him down. He had a good game though, 5 2/3 innings, 7 strikeouts. He did allow a solo shot to who the hell was it? Josh Naylor on a slider. No, it was a splitter that was left, middle. So, of course, that's going to get crushed. But overall, good game. 2 earned runs. One of them was from a base hit that Varland left, a little duck snort. So, Varland only let the 1 hit in an inning in the 3rd. Jeff Hoffman went, I think he threw 35 pitches in 2 innings and had 4 strikeouts in those 2 innings. His command started to get away from him late. But I kind of like what the Blue Jays did. The Mariners bullpen, I mean, for some reason we do have Logan Gilbert's number a little bit. 4 earned runs in 4 innings. They had to use their bullpen a little bit more. I don't think it's going to affect the series a whole lot. Bizzardo went 2 innings. Matt Brash went an inning, a laborious inning, I will say, as well. And Claudio Vargas went an inning as well. So I think, both bullpens will be fresh. They're going to have everyone on deck for tomorrow. It's going to be a huge game. But let's take a look at the Blue Jays, and this could be our second last time doing this. Let's run through the box score here. Obviously, Barger was very good today, and Guerrero. They both had home runs. George Springer was not great. He had a walk in 4 at bats, 5 plate appearances. Nathan Lucas 2 for 5. Guerrero continuing to stay hot, 2 for 5 or 2 for 4 with a hit by pitch. Already said he hit a home run, solo shot. I think the exit velocity on it was 116.7. I do think. Captain Kirk, Alejandro Kirk, 1 for 5 today. Varsho, 1 for 4. What's his face there? Julio Rodriguez made an error, so it got him to second base. It was a pretty big play of the game. Ernie Clement, if we weren't talking about Vladimir Guerrero so much, who's got a 1532 OPS in the playoffs and tied a franchise record for home runs with Batista and Joe Carter, we'd probably be talking about Ernie Clement a bit more. He's got an 1121 OPS, 2 for 3, 447 batting average, so he's been pretty damn good. Barger had a rare good game, but he's been doing okay, actually. I'm picking on him a little bit. 2 for 3 with the home run I mentioned, 3 RBIs. Einar kind of Falefa, 1 for 4. I don't even remember his fucking hit. That's how shitty his hit was. But he did get an RBI. And, of course, Andres Jimenez rounds out the day by going 0 for fucking 4. Can't stand the bat that he has, honestly. Let's just hope he can get some bunts down and that sort of thing. So for Game 7, we are going to have Shane Bieber, who we picked up at the trade deadline for Cal Naughton Stevens. And he had a 3.54 or 3.57 ERA this year, coming off Tommy John surgery in 7 starts, 4-2. Strikeouts were down versus his career norm, 37 strikeouts in 40 and a third innings pitched. In his career, 3.24 ERA with a 995 strikeouts in 883 innings. As for George Kirby, had a 4.21 ERA this year. Strikeout numbers 137 and 126 innings pitched. For his career, though, he does not average 9 strikeouts per 9, so he's not as much swing and miss in his career as Shane Bieber. He's got 621 strikeouts and 637 innings pitched. As for who's going to win tomorrow, I really do not know. The bullpen favors Seattle, so I'm kind of prepared for disappointment. I could see Seattle hitting a couple home runs, roughing up our bullpen a little bit. They've got a great bullpen. Hopefully, we can do a carbon copy of what we did to George Kirby his last start. I think we got 8 earned runs off him. It'll be definitely an electric atmosphere, but I'm not expecting a win. So for tomorrow, I'm going to say no comment. The fucking Mariners will probably win and break our fucking hearts. Sage, before we move on to the next segment, did you have a chance to follow any football today? Any football whatsoever? Did you have a chance to follow any football? Just the Titans. Don't worry, we'll get to your shitty ass Titans here very soon. We've got a comment here. Let me just read what the comment is. It's not just the bullpen, but how they're being used that is an uphill battle. But I'm picking the Jays in Game 7. I agree and disagree. I don't think that really the bullpen gets used that bad. I understand everyone hates Brendan Little a little bit, and I don't think that we're actually going to use him tomorrow. But you've got a lefty, so when you've got like Cal Naughton fucking rally coming up, and you've got Jorge Polanco who, he mashes righties, you should be able to put your lefty in there against Josh Naylor, etc., etc. The problem is Brandon Little has just lost complete command of everything. I don't necessarily think John Schneider has done a bad job. I would not blame John Schneider for really anything, in my opinion. I think he's had a good year. I think the problem is if we kind of take a look at the Blue Jays, who do we have that's a left-handed pitcher who's any good, that you really trust? Because I don't necessarily trust Mason Fluharty much more than Brendan Little, especially since he's been using low leverage. He's been used in low leverage games rather than high leverage games, which Brendan Little has been used all year. Eric Lauer is kind of a weird one. I mean, I like him, but does his stuff really play too much in like one inning game? I'm not sure. I kind of like him in that long reliever role a bit more. So I definitely look for things like next year, maybe Ricky Tiedemann to come up, and then we've got a bit of gas that we can throw if he's not a starter. I'm not saying Ricky Tiedemann is a failed starter just yet, but it's certainly possible that next year Ricky Tiedemann will be a failed starter. And I think you need to look for another left-handed pitcher as well. I think that's like the one thing we're kind of lacking. We don't got no Scott Downs in our bullpen anymore. You know what I mean? Shout out Scott Downs. I mean, when's the last time he pitched for us? Damn, 15, 18 years ago. It's been a beat for sure. But since there's no other comments, I'm just going to get to the NFL news. If you have anything else you'd like to say, I'll certainly respond to you. And I hope that the Jays do win in 7. That would be awesome. It's already been a great season regardless. I don't think there's any fan in the world that predicted the Blue Jays after winning, 76 games last year to be in this predicament, myself included. I think it's pretty crazy turnaround if you ask me. And at least we can go one off season without them trying to fire, or the fans asking to fire Mark Shapiro, John Schneider, and Ross Atkins, because I think we've kind of shut those types of fans up for a little longer anyway. We'll give it till maybe spring training before they start yapping again. But yeah, Packers played a good game, I feel, defensively today. I don't feel like Jordan Love was really that good. I mean, he was 19 for 29, fine. Only one touchdown though. The average is 6.2 per throw is not very good for him. Our rushing game really wasn't that great. 94 carries as a team or 94 yards on 23 carries. Although Josh Jacobs did get, 2 touchdowns late in the game. That certainly does make a difference there. Standouts on offense: Romeo Doubs, 72 yards, 6 receptions. No touchdowns though. Tucker Kraft, pretty good day today, 58 yards on 5 receptions with a late touchdown in the game. And Matthew Golden, pretty good game for him as a rookie, 37 yards on 4 receptions. Certainly not fantasy worthy, but he's he's going to be a damn good player real soon. We did have a forced fumble, which certainly helped us in this game, off of Jacoby Brissett. We had a rookie kicker, honestly. So obviously Brandon McManus is down. I actually think that with Lucas Haversick kicking today, he got us 3 points that we would not have gotten otherwise with Brandon McManus kicking, because he hit a 61-yarder to end the first half, which is pretty crazy. That is a franchise record for the Packers, and I just don't think Brandon McManus has the lag to hit a 61. He's more of a 30, 40, up to 50. Once you get beyond that, you're kind of, flipping a coin sort of thing. So regardless, we do have to go over Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons had three sacks today. He was an absolute game wrecker. Quay Walker had a sack and a half, but nice to see Mike Parsons have a big day. He's been getting like 8 to 12 pressures per game, but today 3 sacks, 4 tackles for losses, 5 quarterback hits. I mean, this guy has been absolutely disruptive, and it's nice to see the sacks kind of pick up a little bit there as well. Now, I was not up early enough to watch this game because they do this shit in London, and I don't get up for this shit, honestly. But Matthew Stafford had fucking 5 touchdowns. Count down 5 fucking touchdowns like Booker T. That's pretty fucking crazy if you ask me. 118 rating. Who did he sprinkle the ball to all? Looks like Devontae Adams had 3 touchdowns, but only 35 yards total. So big fantasy day, even though he didn't have a whole lot of yards, honestly. Terrence Ferguson had a touchdown as well, and Conte Mumfield also had one. So Jacksonville losing 35-7. Oh, back to the Packers for a second. I forgot to say they won 27-23. And they had a big call late in the game where they had to go 4th and 2 with about 2 minutes, 20 seconds left. And they managed to convert it on a nice little pass. I like the aggressiveness because if you just kicked the field goal to tie there, Arizona would have moved the ball and probably won the game. Arizona's a tough team. Big win. Jacoby Brissett's been good the last 2 weeks against us and the Indianapolis Colts. But we're 4-1-1 now, so I'll fucking take it. But the Rams do improve to 5-2. Jacksonville falls to 4-3. No one was awake to see it though, so that's very unfortunate. Now, another record-setting game today was the Las Vegas Raiders on the road against the Kansas City Chiefs. They got blown out 31-0, an absolute travesty. It's the most that they've ever been blown out against Kansas City in the history of those two teams playing, which is pretty damn sad. Patrick Mahomes had a great game. This is his second or third great game, in my opinion, this year. 3 touchdowns, 126 rating. And let's not forget, Rashee Rice came back 7 receptions, 42 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So I expect the yardage to go up a little bit as he kind of progresses forward. But definitely nice seeing 2 touchdowns right away. So the Chiefs improved to 4-3. The Las Vegas Raiders fall to a 2-5 record on the season. Now, if you think that Mike McDaniels is getting fired very soon, then you're right. This is a joke. This is a joke of a game. They played Cleveland on the road. I get that they're on the road, but they lost 31-6 to the fucking Browns. Dylan Gabriel didn't throw a touchdown, only had an 89 rating, and they got their asses kicked fucking 31-6. Quinshawn Judkins rushed for 3 touchdowns, and Tua only fucking threw for fucking 100 yards, 3 interceptions. He had a 24.1 rating. So I think with Miami moving to 1-6, that does mark the end of Mike McDaniels, who, let's face it, was never a very good coach. And Cleveland improves to 2-5. I don't think they're going to fire what's his name? Stefanski. I don't think they're going to fire him. Here's what Sage wanted to hear. He was talking about this earlier, and that is the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee lost 31-13 in the Mike Vrabel homecoming, I should say. Patriots now improved to 5-2 on the year. Drake May looks incredible. I saw a couple of the highlights of him slinging it deep, and he just looks terrific, honestly. Tennessee Titans fall to 1-6, but Drake May, 21 for 23, 222 yards, 2 touchdowns, 136 rating. The 21 for 23, this completion percentage for a single game is the best in New England history. And I think they used to have a pretty good quarterback playing there, so pretty damn good for Drake May, honestly. I do kind of want to spit in the face of Aaron Glenn a little bit. I think the Aaron Glenn hire was a garbage hiring for the New York Jets. I really feel like they should have went with an offensive-minded guy, and instead they took a defensive-minded guy. He won't get fired this year, but he's probably going to get fired next year. Maybe even in the offseason. I don't know. They're 0-7 now. They lost 13-6 to the Carolina Panthers. Carolina, I mean, I'm not going to say they did much on offense today because they certainly did not. They're 4-3 on the season, so they're now 1-3 on the road and 3-0 at home. Carolina, they're a tough team. I think any given week they could give any fucking team fucking troubles. 4-3 now. Bryce Young, a touchdown, 88.4 rating. Rico Dowdle still was pretty good this week, 79 yards on 17 carries. Chuba Hubbard wasn't so hot, 31 yards on 14 carries. So it's interesting. You kind of have a running back competition going on between these two young lads, and I think if Dowdle kind of keeps at it, he's going to be the one that wins that job, to be honest with you. As expected, I did say I believed that the Chicago Bears would win against the Saints. Saints didn't keep it as close as I thought. They lost 26-14. Spencer Rattler, dog shit, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 66 rating. Caleb Williams wasn't like overly great today. 1 interception, 172 yards. But you know who was great for a second week in a row? DeAndre Swift, 124 yards on 19 carries with a touchdown. And their backup, Kyle Monaghay, 81 yards rushing on 13 carries. So they're starting to get their rushing game going a bit, and it's making a world of difference, actually. Chicago's starting to look very good, if you ask me. Now, I don't think they're going to be like... I don't think they're really going to make the playoffs. I think they'll probably stall out at around 8 or 9 wins. And kind of that's what I see from them, because I don't think they're great against the run. But the fact they're getting their running game going does mean it's going to make it interesting. But Caleb Williams needs to take another jump, in my opinion. And we actually had Jalen Hurts passing the ball for a change today. He had a perfect rating, 158.3 rating. His average was 14.2 per throw, which is good. 3 touchdowns, 326 yards. So that's probably the first good game of the year for Jalen Hurts, if you ask me. Saquon Barkley wasn't great. 18 carries, 44 yards. Carson Wentz kind of tossed the game away a little bit. 2 interceptions, 313 yards. He is known to do that. So Philly moves to 5-2 with the 28-22 victory over Minnesota, who falls to last in the NFC North with a 3-3 record. Very interesting. The Los Angeles Chargers completely disappointed me. And if it wasn't for, in my opinion, a bunch of garbage points, my quarterback in my fantasy league wouldn't have got me jack shit, because he started off the game with 2 interceptions. Now, he did have a career best 420 yards, but he threw 55 times for 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, which, I mean, that's okay. But 93 rating is not great. Can't be throwing 2 picks early. The Colts win 38-24, improving their record to 6-1. Chargers still have a good record. They're in first place in their division because they've got the tiebreaker against Kansas City. But they're only 4-3, and they've lost a lot of momentum. Fourth quarter Steven is not only winning. Fourth quarter Steven is going to score 400 points this week. And that's with a couple guys not doing shit. So I made the necessary adjustments and trades that I needed to do. I'll probably make another couple this week. There's guys in my brain that I want on my team. And once I win this big one, I'm up against probably some bum next week. Probably Tim Tebow's Bible Club, and I'll take care of it. I will honestly take care of this shit. Don't mark me down as a fucking 7 seed just yet. That's all I gotta fucking say. Now, the next game we're going to talk about is honestly a bit incredible. I wish I would have had a chance to watch it. I felt very confident yesterday when I picked New York covering the spread. They did, the New York Giants. But they did fall to 2-5 against the Denver Broncos, who are now 5-2. So make a correction. Denver is the number 1 seed in the AFC. What the fuck are they, the West? I think they're the West, AFC West, even though I don't think Kansas City's a real West team, if you ask me. Are they the West? Yeah, they're the West, because you got Vegas, you got Denver. Yeah, I'm not really sure why Kansas City's a Western team. I always thought Kansas City was more of a central team. Anyways, I digress. Jackson Dart was okay today. Completion percentage was terrible, 15 for 33. Did throw 3 touchdowns, pick, a 93 rating. They were up 19-0. Yeah, I think they were up 19-0 entering the fourth quarter. And in the fourth quarter, Bo Nix and company just ended up going off. Bo Nix had 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns. This is all in the fourth quarter. They ended up winning 33-32, scoring 33 in the fucking fourth quarter and only allowing 13. So bad loss for the Giants, but an even bigger win for Denver. And that's got to be, I don't know, that's got to be some sort of record, I think, at least in terms of points scored in one quarter or points scored in the fourth quarter. No, they're my guys, and Devin White sat on the bench because he needs to learn how we play defense on this team. So Devin White did not contribute. Even though he had a big game, that's it. And I can also say that's it for fucking Robert Spillane. Robert Spillane's going to be off this roster soon. I'll be looking to trade him. Sage, you've got a guy that I want. I will be forwarding all the necessary paperwork very shortly for a proposed deal involving Robert Spillane. So keep your fax machine on. Anyways, let's pivot to the next game. And I really did feel good about Dallas winning today. I don't feel good about their defense, but I think you're going to kind of worry a little bit if you're a Washington Commanders fan. I know they just had the win against the Eagles not that long ago. I think it was last week. But Dallas just beat their ass 44-22. And they're now a 3-4 team. Dallas is a 3-3-1 team. Dak Prescott, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, 130 rating. Jaden Daniels, definitely looks like he's having a sophomore slump. 156 yards, 1 touchdown, a 92 rating. It's not a terrible game. He rushed the ball okay, 35 yards on 8 carries, but he doesn't really... he's starting to kind of remind me a little bit of C.J. Stroud, if I'm being honest with you. Now, C.J. Stroud can't run as fast as Jaden Daniels. I do understand that. That's just what it seems reminiscent of, and I kind of expected Jaden Daniels to take a bit of a step back there. So we'll see what happens, but you gotta do better stats wise. He's not injured anymore. He's fine. He's fine now. He's just not. It happens all the time in football. A lot of these guys come out like bats out of hell. The best quarterback in that draft from a year ago, when Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels were drafted, is Drake May. Drake May is the best one. And they said, yeah, the first year he'll sit. It's going to take a little longer to develop him. But I'd rather have Drake May than any of these fucking idiots, honestly. No offense, but Drake May looks like the fucking real fucking deal, if you ask me. Guy's honestly a stud. I shouldn't have dropped him for fantasy, but I did. And then I told Mom to pick him up, and now I regret that too. The final game to go over, Atlanta. Very hard team to predict, honestly. Michael Penix did not have a good day at the office, really. 83 rating, fucking 1 touchdown. Not going to get the job done on the road. Fucking inefficient passing, 21 for 38. You got to do better. Also, Bijan Robinson, running the ball, you got to do better. You only had a 2.9 average per carry. I get that receiving the ball, you're pretty good, 52 yards on 6 receptions, but you let Mac Jones beat you with a 64.9 rating and 152 fucking yards. I get that Christian McCaffrey had 130 yards and 2 touchdowns, but a 64 rating beats your fucking sorry asses. You gotta do a little bit better than that. So Atlanta falls to 3-2. Not a bad record, but the San Francisco 49ers battling injuries, improved to 4-2. I believe George Kittle returned, but he only had 0 receptions for 0 yards, so it was not really a factor. But that certainly will change probably as the season goes on, unless he's nursing an injury throughout all of it. And finally, we've got 2 matches tomorrow, which will be great. You've got Tampa Bay on the road against Detroit. That's a pick-em matchup all the way. Hoping for Tampa. We'll see. Detroit will probably spoil the party because I've got David Montgomery on the team now, and now he's going to piss me off while he's on the team. And then we've got Houston on the road against Seattle. I think Houston's going to win this one. I like Houston to win this game. Even if they're not favored, I think Houston's going to win the game. But we'll see. It's rare to have 2 good Monday Night Football games. Now, I wish I could say the same about the announcers, because we're not going to have 2 good groups of announcers, unfortunately. We're just going to have 1 good group, and then the other group is fucking garbage. Louis Riddick, Dan Orlovsky. Terrible fucking announce group. But the big thing is Blue Jays tomorrow, so we'll definitely be paying attention to that. I'm not excited to watch the game. I do not like watching these types of games. They get me very nervous with pent up energy. I don't want to see what happens, but for the point of good journalism, I do have to watch it, unfortunately. Oh, the one thing that cost Micah Parsons, before we go, from having 4 sacks today, because he did have another sack on Jacoby Brissett, was he tackled Jacoby Brissett for a sack, but he used the hip drop tackle technique. Now, it didn't look malicious or anything, but obviously they call that shit. So would have been nice for him to have 4 sacks in a day, but 3 sacks in a day is his personal best, so we'll take that as well. All right, anyone who's still watching and has not hit the like button, please hit the like button. I'm going to get moving along, albeit very slowly because my fucking knee is fucked, and we'll be back at it tomorrow. Have a good night, guys. Go fuck yourself, San Diego.